It's that time of the week where we introduce a new project car. Welcome back to the Auto Obsessive Garage. Chadwick with you again for the first installment of Project Enthusiast Spec Accord. Now, why is this titled Enthusiast Spec Accord? Well, we are gonna do a lot of work and bring this 2003 Honda Accord back to life. More than half of the viewers just stopped watching. No, guys, I promise, this is a cool, not that Accords aren't cool, but this is a pretty cool enthusiast spec Accord. I guess that's the most enthusiast spec Accord you could get in 2003, and for a very important reason. This was the first time, so we have some historical importance, that you could get a manual with a V6 in a Honda Accord. That's pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. I think that's super cool, and it really changes basically how this car feels to drive. On top of that, the automatics that were in these were known to have a lot of issues, so it's like a double bonus. Yeah, I'll take the really smooth 6-speed manual, please. Oh yeah, the reliable option and the fun option. Cool. So this is a full EXL, which is the highest trim level Accord you could get, with the leather option, so it's fully loaded. Nav, leather, sunroof, all the goodies you want. And when you watch the part where we inspect the vehicle, you're gonna notice that it's in amazing condition, given that it has 219,000 miles. So, in traditional Accord fashion, it has been driven. We have a lot to do, enough talking about it. Let's get in there, check the car out. I think it's gonna be really awesome, guys. This is a cool spec. They're pretty rare. It's actually kind of hard to find a V6 manual from this era. So, let's check this car out. Get in the garage and do a little bit of an inspection. And here we have our 2003 Honda Accord V6 Coupe with the extra bonus of having a manual. So yeah, this was the first year you could get a V6 manual Honda Accord. So that's pretty cool. Now the car, some general stuff. It is in need of a lot of maintenance items, guys, just like everything else we rescue here. One of the biggest items is it has the TCS light, and the ABS light will come on when you drive it. Now I've already done the reset procedure, unable to just reset the lights at that point, so there is a legitimate fault in the system. The car also has 219,000 miles on the odometer. So yeah, probably time to get those sensors replaced anyway. So that's gonna be a kind of a big job, a little bit of a pricey job too. 219,000 miles, but it really doesn't look it. So let me give you a tour of the vehicle. We'll start with the exterior. So as you can see, original paint, it is dirty, so apologies for that, but you can see clear coat looks good. There's no paint fade or peeling. I mean, there's probably some level of paint fade, but no peeling of the clear coat like a lot of these Hondas are. I guess the Accords have a slightly better quality paint job. You can see a little biff on the bumper there. Front bumper has some little dings and parking things and stuff like that. We might try to clean that up. You know me. Of course I'm gonna clean it up. Headlights, definitely need a resto. Wheels and tires. So tires are a little old, so we're gonna be replacing those. Fresh tires are always good. Same with the brakes, pads, and rotors. Pads a little bit low, probably about 20% life left, so definitely time for that. The rotors do have a little bit of a pronounced lip. I can feel with my fingertips, so we're gonna get that out of there. And we'll probably redo these wheels as well, grind down that curb rash. You guys know the trick I do. You can see some pretty severe road rash around there. So we'll fix that, fix the spokes, give it a fresh paint, and it'll be good to go. So not even that many door dings if you look down the side of the car, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, overall, really good quality sunroof car. This is an EXL Accord Coupe. So, sorry, I'm up against the wall here pretty much, but the rear end, same deal. Bumper's got a couple little biffs here and there. Nothing too bad. Everything's looking good. Jump around to the passenger side, same deal. Again, very, very clean. You can see here down the side, yeah, some small door dings, nothing major. I mean, the paint's so good. So yeah, let's hop in the car. Let me show you some good stuff that's going on the inside. Okay, we're gonna hop inside the 03 Accord V6. Now the first thing you wanna notice is that 6-speed manual right there. That is the money right there. So that is the first time you could get an Accord V6 with a manual, 2003. So you can see here everything. This is an EXL, so everything's covered in leather. And it actually looks really good. Look at that. Not really much bolster rear, a little bit. This has 220,000 miles. This is some good quality leather, perforated seats. The back is the same deal. If we look back here, very good quality condition. Yeah, I'm liking this. So the interior is very nice. We'll hop in here. There's your gauge cluster, nice, big, clear. This one does have the nav and everything, being an EXL. The only light we have on over here, no codes currently stored, but we do have that exclamation point if I was to turn the car on, which is the traction control ABS. So like I said, probably gonna be in it for ABS speed sensors. I know. But anyway, rest of the interior. Looking really cool. It's got this almost like a carbon fiber from the factory look. And this is just storage. Under here, everything opens, everything works great. We do have a sunroof. That is cool. I have not tested that. You can see my little stickies. Light bulb. That means that light bulb's out. Same with that one there. So we gotta put new light bulbs in, but I do that to remind myself as I'm testing out stuff. But yeah, look at the seats. Just need to be cleaned up a bit, but super good quality. I mean, overall, does this car look like it has 220 on the interior? It just looks really good. Yeah, these are great. So yeah, silver car, black leather interior, can't go wrong with that. With that 6-speed manual, which is really what we're all about here. So, I'm excited. This is gonna be quite the car. Let me show you under the hood. So I've already replaced the hood struts, which were just driving me nuts. So we got 2 working hood struts now. Look at that. So under the hood, we do have Honda's 3.0 VTEC. This is a single overhead cam, 3-liter V6. Puts out about 240 horsepower, so pretty stout actually. So under here, I mean, new battery. So sometimes the best job you have to do in a car is the one you don't have to do. So when I got this car, I got no records at all. You can look around for clues. Like the first thing I saw was this scribing on the strut tower here, where it says 10/18, 2008, timing belt, water pump, drive belt. Cool. Well, I purchased this car in 2021, so that's a really old timing belt. These do have 105,000 mile intervals from the factory on these V6s, but still, that's a little too old for me to be happy with, and that's all I had to go off. So I ordered the complete timing belt, water pump kit, gonna do it all, get ready. Pretty big job, but nothing outlandish. So I come over here, I start inspecting the components, and I'm looking at this serpentine belt right here, and I just have a lot of problems believing that, that looks really good, right? That doesn't look like a 12-year-old serpentine belt, does it? A lot of times folks will tell you the timing belt was done, and I come over and I see one of these with lots of stress cracks, a lot of the teeth are cracking underneath. This is like the opposite of that. Like, since I didn't have a story, I just assumed it was bad. So I'm like, now I'm suspicious because that belt looks very fresh. And yeah, you can replace that, sure, and not necessarily mean the timing belt was done. And when I was doing the hood struts on the car, I didn't even notice this, and I feel extra embarrassed. So I'm always looking for the timing belt sticker, right? And it's usually somewhere around the engine. I've seen it on the intake a lot, you know, places you're gonna look. And I look up and it's, look at this. It's right near the warning sticker. Apparently Jeff T did one, I think it's 2019, so January 13th. He's off in his interval there. He just wrote 100,000, but that's pretty normal. So this car did have a timing belt done early in 2019, and it looks like the timing belt is about 8,000 miles old. I literally just saved myself, and I have no reason to believe that wasn't done because I'm looking at this. I might pop open some of the upper covers to look at the actual belt itself. But geez, that's what's weird when you get a car without records. Yeah, possibly it wasn't done. Someone faked the sticker, someone put a new serpentine belt, but doubtful. I'm gonna get under there and look probably at these timing belt covers when I do the valve covers anyway. But how funny is that? I was about to do this massive job that now I don't need to. Woo! But I have a non-returnable timing belt kit and water pump, so that kind of stinks. I should have looked better. I can't believe that's such a rookie mistake to miss the timing belt sticker, even though it is in a very weird spot. But yeah, I should have caught that. That's on me. But don't worry, we still have plenty of content. We have to get under here. These are clearly leaking, these seals here, and these aren't touched during the timing belt replacement, so that's probably why they look the way they do, you know? So we are leaking around here. There's a gasket that goes up here. There's a gasket that goes under the intake manifold, which we're gonna take off anyway because we're gonna do both valve covers just to preventative maintenance stuff. We're also gonna take out the air box, new filter. When this comes off, I've seen people reuse throttle body gaskets. I'm not a fan of that. That is just asking for a vacuum leak and other issues. So we're gonna be replacing that. And we still have our wheel speed sensor. So guys, there's still plenty of content on this Accord. So we're not doing time about water pump and tensioner, at least. I can't believe I bought that whole kit for 200 bucks or so. But rookie mistake, but hey, I'll eat it. I'll use it probably again. I'll probably get another one of these at one point. But anyway, a little update there. Let's move on to our next job. We've got the Accord up in the air. So let's take a good look at those brakes. I'll show you guys what I was talking about. You can see the pad life is pretty low, probably around 20%, and you can see some pretty deep. You can definitely feel them. So it's got a lip at the top there too, which is an indicator. Good time to swap out these rotors, but I want to show you the worst thing Honda ever came up with. Yeah, you can see those little screws, 1, 2 per rotor. That one, that's already a pretty, yeah, that one's already worn out. We're gonna probably end up drilling those out. I don't know if you guys saw the Civic video I did not too long ago, but oh, I hate this design. And you don't really need to use them. Again, they're just there to stabilize the rotor while you're mounting the caliper with the new pads. But yeah, probably not even gonna use them. Hate them. Gonna be a fun time drilling them all out. I just know it. That speed sensor, which is kind of bumming me out about the car. You can see it comes down right here, goes in right behind. I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see down in there. Not at all. But anyway, just a single 10mm holds it in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace all 4 of those. Might as well. It's just, you know, at this time, preventative maintenance probably is the cause of why the light is on and why the ABS was acting a little weird. So let's go ahead and replace them at this time. They're a little tough to get to under the hood. They are hidden down in there, like I said, so we'll do those once we have most of this engine taken out. But let's dive under the car and see what it. Say what you will about California, but I'm going to show you something. 220,000 miles on this car, and let's peek under here. So yeah, no rust. We can even look up in there. Look at all the suspension components. A little spider webby. Maybe a little crusty with some oil stuff, some residue. Definitely a little oil to check out back there. It looks old, nothing wet at all. You know, you can see right there, nothing wet at all coming from the trans. Oil pan, very dry also. These are fantastic signs. We are doing valve cover anyway, and the intake manifold gaskets, that's just preventative at this point. It'd be silly not to, right? You're just flirting with danger. But look under this car, guys. Again, driver's side components. Just look at that. 220,000 miles, no crustiness. This is absolutely fantastic. I am so pumped. It's gonna be a lot easier cleaning under here than most of these 30-something-year-old cars I'm working on, but hey, it's up there in mileage, and I love seeing this. The exhaust looks very good, all stock. Looks to be in very good condition as well. Here are the tires I wanted to show you that came on the Accord. So they are Michelin's. But you can see a lot of that kind of dry rot. When you're looking at tires, you should be looking for that. That's a really big indicator, folks. If you're dealing with an older tire, you can just see it there. Yeah, not good, right under the Michelin name there. I think these had a date of 2010, if I remember correctly, which, you know, makes them a 12-year-old tire. It's pretty old. Yep, 2011, I'm sorry, 1411, the 14th week of 2011. So yeah, that's an 11-year-old tire, so not gonna rely on those anymore, even though the tread is still pretty solid on it, but yep, we're replacing those tires. Well, how did you guys think that inspection went? Not bad for a 220,000 mile Honda Accord, I'd say. So I've got a list of things we're gonna do to tackle this job, and here it is, folks. Engine stuff. We're gonna do the valve cover gaskets. We're also gonna hit up intake manifold gaskets. There's a couple different gaskets there we have to address. We do have some oil leaking there, so we gotta take care of that. Throttle body gasket, we'll get a new one of those. Obviously spark plugs, air filter, oil change, new coolant, new trans fluid. Basic stuff, right? So we got the hood struts already installed and a new battery. Those are 2 big items. Now for the tire area, wheel area, we are getting new tires. We're gonna get new brakes, which is pads, rotors, and fluid. Really need those. Those ABS speed sensors, that's gonna be a big job in itself. Hopefully it goes smoothly and hopefully it resolves why I'm seeing the TCS light on in there. So I have a feeling, yeah, they're probably gone. Might as well just replace. I could take it or get someone with a Honda scan tool or take it to a dealership to scan or another shop that has that tool. My code reader doesn't pull those specifics, but even if it's just one speed sensor that's out, I might as well do them all because at 220K, it's just a matter of time. We're also gonna be doing on the exterior of the car, the bumpers do need a little bit of loving front and rear, so we'll see what we can do to fix that. If, worst case scenario, we'll take it down and respray them and re-clear them. Hopefully we don't have to do that, but we might have to do that. And then interior, exterior, deep clean, and that should be it. I think we nailed everything we've seen so far. What do you guys think though? 2003 Honda Accord V6 with a manual, and if it didn't have a manual, I wouldn't care about the car at all, really, because it's one of the best 6-speed manuals, and these were known to have automatic trans issues, so it's the best of both worlds. Got a screaming deal on the car, so let's make it awesome. Let's make this car shine again, perform awesome, be the reliable thing it is. It's got a pretty beefy engine too, so I think it's gonna be a fun project, guys. So I hope to see you in the next one. Definitely tune in. We're gonna dive right in and get to work on this thing. Take care, guys. We'll see you next time.